Alec, well, it's nice to see you. How's it going?
Well, I'm doing just fine. We're here to watch some more Survivor.
I love Survivor.
I do too.
Yeah,
It's
and
almost like we should do a show about it or something.
yeah, I realized we. I don't think we've been starting the videos saying this, but I have seen
Yeah.
all not all Survivor, but by the time we get to the seasons now, I'll pretty much have seen them, even if I
Mm.
haven't seen them yet, because I'm watching them with my family. Also, some of the older seasons, and we're up to like season 12, so
Wow.
we'll be ahead of where we're at here. But I'm taking Alec on a journey. We've gone chronologically from the first season. You can watch our reviews of the first four seasons, and then we started reactions with Survivor Thailand and been doing them for every episode since then.
I'm what you would call a Survivor newbie. So
A
I'd
newbie.
never really watched any episode of the show before, but Bolzak here has been sherping me through, and it's been a good time.
It's great. Last time we watched Amazon Redux, which was a recap of like the first 27 days we've had so far. But the
That's right.
previous episode was the one where Dina was voted off. So that's what we really
Hmm.
need to remember to get ourselves back into that headspace.
That's right. Rob is still playing the long game with Matt. Uh, I, the more lies he's like feeding him, I don't know. I don't know how much longer it can go on for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So and Butch seems to be going right along with Matt, I guess. I
Yep,
don't
and
know. We haven't
he's
really heard anything from Butch, so we don't know if he's just like going along with it. Like, yeah, I really know what's going on, or if he's just like, oh yeah, sure, I believe you, Matt. I,
he seems to just be kind of just following along.
yeah,
So there's that, and then you have Heidi, Jenna, Alex, and Rob are kind of a coalition there, and Christy is just kind of there right now. So
yeah. She's on the outs. She's probably next to go in their chopping order or their pecking order.
yeah, so we'll see if
So
anything, if she can make something happen or what. Like she's been kind of on the outs in all these votes recently. I feel like she's always been voting
yeah,
for the wrong person, you know. And then
yeah. It's like
it's just like, oh yeah, we didn't vote for that person. All right,
I was like, okay.
okay. And then she just has to kind of keep trucking. But
Yeah.
so you can click the link in the description if you want to see the reaction highlights of this episode, and then we'll come back and discuss it afterwards. Episode 11. There's 15 episodes in a season, baby. We're almost
Wow,
there.
we're getting down to the wire here. So we'll have to.
Finish.
All right.
All right, see you there.
He did it. The
Okay.
Mad Lad did it.
Alex voted out.
Yeah.
The hubris.
Rob. Rob. Hold on. This is another hubris card. That happened with Dina too.
Yeah.
It's crazy things are going
People are
on.
getting too comfortable in their position. Now this breaks the game wide open now.
Yeah. So Rob is taking a risk here, obviously, because he went back on his alliance. So
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be potentially three people guaranteed not to vote for him. Or there are definitely
Potentially.
three people basically guaranteed not to vote for him if all three of them get out
Mm-hmm.
or are on the jury. Um, no, two. I guess yeah, it will be three because now he definitely has one because Alex is like, yeah, this is Rob. Rob
Yeah.
probably did that. So if those two girls are out, then they definitely are not gonna vote for him to win. Um,
Even if he's against Christy, even if he's against
Probably, yeah.
Matt, like they all have like no respect for Matt. You know,
True,
that's
maybe though, because they'll be like Matt was still playing the game. He didn't lie to us outright
hmm,
like Rob did. Rob wasn't playing cutthroat. So, um, the
yeah, it's
the the
definitely
two
a risk.
girls seem like they're the kind that would hold grudges,
Hmm.
considering they did that they just like voted Dina out immediately because they're like, how dare she go back on this alliance? And I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Um, So they're the kind they wouldn't vote for him. So he has at least three guaranteed votes against him, I would say. if they're all out. There's the question of
If that's the case, you would need every other jury member to win.
yeah,
If
um,
they're all out.
yeah, yeah. It's going to come down to if he's the one that's in the end, which he might be. We don't know, but if he's the one that ends up the being in the final two, the question is who is he with?
Mm-hmm.
If he's with like Butch, everyone's probably going to just vote for Butch. If he's with Heidi or Jenna, he might have a shot with some of the other people. If he's with Christy, ooh, that's tough. That's kind of hard to say, honestly, because everybody, because like especially because like yeah, like we were saying or like you said, the young crowd, the hip young, the high school dynamic crowd. I wrote on the notes. Are going to be. I mean, they don't really care much for Christie, so who's to say?
That's why he's blown the game wide open. So now it's
He
like
really is.
anything could happen.
Anything can happen
Because
right now.
especially since it was supposed to be this core four, and theoretically they just power through to the end. There's no reason they shouldn't. They just go to the final four. But now that's gone, and now the only guaranteed pair is Jenna and Heidi, and then everybody else is kind of clamoring, and then see like how they mesh with the other people, and like how Rob how Rob bounces back from it, and like how much these outsiders now who will have the majority,
Yeah.
how they'll value Rob and how that will all work. It'll be interesting because Rob has been in a power position for like the past several votes. He's always been
Yeah.
like the crucial point. Will it be the same thing in coming weeks, or is he in a position of weakness now?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I, I think his flip might bolster the people that he sided with
Mm-hmm.
because they were like he was important when it really mattered. He sided with us. Sure, it was partially to save his own skin, but he did side with us. He could have stuck with Alliance and still had a shot.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. But
So that'll
I don't
be
know.
interesting.
It's definitely interesting. This was I was on the edge of my seat basically towards the whole end. Figuratively, I wasn't like because it would be really awkward for the recording if I'm like leaning forward. But this was really exciting. I was actually like getting legitimately
Yeah.
excited about it.
It
So
is a pivotal moment. You have these
yeah,
every now and then in these Survivor seasons where it's if you vote one way, you have a completely different outcome than if you vote the other way potentially. If you vote with the group, it's obvious how the rest is going to play out. It's going to be those four to the end, and
yeah.
you just have to wait for that to play out. But now it's opened it up. So,
Mm.
so what else is there this episode?
Auction time, food auction. I always like this event in the episodes. It's always really fun.
That was good
Um,
stuff.
yeah, I always like it. They threw in a letter from home as part of it.
Yeah,
Um,
Christy and Jenna got those.
yep, and so that was really kind of a nice moment. Even though Matt thought Jenna was so selfish because
Mm-hmm.
Christy deserved it because she's having a rough time. That's like, well, Jenna's mom has cancer. Um, so, but Christy didn't even get any food from it, so she just wanted the letter. So,
Mm-hmm.
the whole yeah, I mean, I just had the whole uh, Matt is plotting to get Rob, and I was like, yeah, he doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell for that until Alex came out and said, yeah, we're gonna vote you out number 4. No hard feelings or anything.
Yeah,
That's just the way it's gonna happen.
that's an important mistake because it's very possible he would have just stuck to the four if he didn't say that.
Yeah, if even if he just be like, it'll be us. I don't know what will happen. We'll have to figure that out
I thought he
then.
was just gonna say, "Well, if they're staying together, we have to stay together," and
Yeah,
and
that's
just
what I
force
thought he
a
was gonna
tie.
say. Yeah, I thought that's what I thought he was gonna say. Is like, well, we gotta stick together too, me and you.
But it's like, no,
And it
well,
was like,
obviously we're just gonna have to vote for each other because they're not gonna separate. So we don't wanna, we can't do a
it was
tie. I guess he didn't want a
what?
tie, but
It was so weird. Yeah, it was very weird. I'm not. I don't really understand
so just a
the.
gentleman's agreement to go to the final four and then just see how it goes from there.
Yeah, would have been more interesting than, or I should say, would have been a smarter move. It would have been a more tactically sound move rather than just coming out and being like, "Yeah, we're gonna vote you out, number 4."
I guess
So
that
it's
was a
just
very
like what?
important factor that pushed Rob to switch.
Because Rob straight up just went over, came clean. I feel like when he came clean with Matt, that he basically decided his fate there. Because it's like that.
Well, he
I mean to a point. Because then everyone on that side guaranteed everyone would. So that's 4 guaranteed people that would vote against him, basically,
what do you
at
mean, like
least.
if you voted out Matt there?
Yeah, because if he by what I mean is if he went over to their side, told them like, "Hey, I've been lying to you, but this is what's going down for real," and then if he'd still voted against him
Okay,
after that,
I
then
think.
he would have basically guaranteed like 4 votes against him.
Well,
If I'm saying if he makes it to the final 2,
I think the only
because
one he told everything to was Matt. In terms of like Alex told me he was going to vote for me. The other ones he
right,
just
but
kind of said he's tired of Alex.
right, but Matt has a close enough relationship with both Christy and Butch that if both of them are in the jury, uh, that's
Yeah,
I guess that wouldn't be. I guess that would be 3. I didn't mean 4, 3. But I'd say he's close enough with both of them that he would like tell them and be like, "Hey, do you know he did this? He said this."
right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it obviously hinges on like discussions and conversation, but
Because yes, he
I
would.
feel like
Because
that's
Matt would have been the one voted out, so it would
yeah,
depend if how much he held that and felt the need to tell them when they came to the jury.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's hard to say because Matt even just admitted he's like, I don't really get the whole interpersonal relationship thing in this game.
yeah.
I don't get the game
He
itself.
probably just would have been voted out and been like, all right.
Okay,
All right.
I accept my fate, and then not talk to anybody in the
Mm-hmm.
in the community
I could see that.
area. I don't really have too much else to talk about this
What about
episode.
the
It was
Q&A? Do you find any of the
oh sorry,
answers
yeah, I
interesting?
did the Q&A, the slam book quiz is what I called it, using Rob's name for it.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Normally we're pretty hard on those type of challenges,
It still is
like the
weird to
quiz
have
type
that
challenge.
as like an immunity challenge. It seems like it would be a reward challenge. You know, those kinds of ones that are less serious, where it's like,
Yeah,
hey, who don't you trust? But you know, so Jenna had some answers she did not see coming. She did not like the most who uses a sex appeal as a weapon, and who would not survive on their own. She got she got awarded those.
she was surprised, and then yeah,
Um,
she was surprised by that, and then Heidi was really surprised that people want to see her nude, I
just wanted to
guess, or
see her
something.
pose nude.
Oh, it was nude in a magazine. It's like, well, isn't Jenna already a swimsuit model? I mean, that's not nude, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, that's weird questions. But my whole thing about that is a more interesting spin on it than they normally do, because it's normally like, here are these things about all of the people in your tribe, and you need to know whose buff is this.
mm-hmm. Well, that's the final final four immunity challenge or whatever. I don't think they did that last season, right? Like they stopped doing that.
I don't think they did. Yeah,
But
I don't remember it.
I mean, yeah, it is interesting because it shows the interpersonal relationships, like Rob said. So maybe he has
Yeah,
more of a pulse on the tribe than the others, based on this.
yeah.
You could say have more of a grasp on what people think about each other.
Hmm.
You know, because he was pretty on point with most all of the questions.
Except for the was like, who's the most trustworthy? He voted for himself, and it's like, come on, Rob.
Maybe
I like Butch. Butch is like, it's me.
he just thinks
He voted.
he's like manipulating people that well that he's like the most trustworthy. It's
Yeah,
like, they believe everything I say because I'm the most trusted. That's pretty much it. You know, it's just
yeah,
the popular kids being overthrown. You know,
they were.
they're just
In
people time and time again. People are too brazen about it, just like we saw with the Road to 4
yeah,
in Marquesas, where they were like
yeah,
very obvious about here's a pecking order, and we saw
yeah.
what
And then
happened
everyone
there.
was just like, well, screw that. Then we're gonna vote you guys out.
And here we are
Yeah,
again,
that
and
was
it's not more. And this is different because they didn't have the numbers. Like Road 2-4 were able to be overthrown just by the other people rallying together and being like, why are we
Yeah.
not voting these people out? This one, they did have the majority, so it entirely hinged on Rob switching over.
Hmm.
And Matt would never have just convinced him to do it. It probably came down to what Alex said. I don't know if he would have switched otherwise.
Probably not. Probably not. I think that it really does come down to interpersonal communication and playing the game. And he didn't play the game particularly well when he told him that. So
We're down to the final
big
6.
deal. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting seeing how everything reacts from that. Everything falls apart or comes together.
Just
I
the
don't
reaction.
know.
Yeah, like everything from here is going to be essential.
Mm,
How they respond to it, because now it's like the Wild West again. The only tie you know for sure is the Jenna and Heidi thing. So,
yeah.
all right. Well,
So
see you next week to talk about episode 12. We're almost
can't
there.
wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yes.